Okay, literally what has the world come to? So you might know about my first Newton's first law video. That's literally just me whacking dandelions and somehow proving that Newton's first law exists, right? Well, this video is about to be a whole lot worse. Before I get into the contents of this video, there are some things that you need to know. First, about Newton's three laws, and second, about how I will be demonstrating those in this video. Firstly, as most of you know, Sir Isaac Newton didn't just create one law of motion. He actually created three distinct laws of motion that govern how things move in basically our entire universe. The first one, which I've explained in my previous video on Newton's first law, says that an object continues at a state of motion or rest at a consistent velocity unless compelled to change that state by a net force. Essentially, this one line summarizes the basic concept of something that is known as inertia in the physics world. If an object is not moving, you would have to give it some sort of force to make it move, and vice versa. Newton's second law basically provides us with an equation to calculate force, which is mass times acceleration. This law clearly illustrates the correlation between mass in kilograms, acceleration in meters per second, and force in newtons, with 1 newton being the equivalent of approximately 100 grams. Newton's third and final law of motion states that whenever a body exerts a force on a second body, the second body exerts an oppositely directed force of equal magnitude on the first body. The common misconception here is that most people think that the reaction force happens after the action force takes place, whereas in reality, the counteracting force happens instantaneously, aka at the exact same time that the applied force occurs. In fact, to give you a real life example, Newton's third law is the reason why your rear end isn't sinking into your chair right, but rather the chair is exerting a force on your end to keep it up. As this video progresses, I will give more examples regarding these three laws that Isaac Newton conjured up. But for now, I already feel like it's yapped on for way too long. Let's talk about how I'm going to demonstrate these three laws in this video. Yeah, I apologize. More yapping is going to be coming up, but I promise I'll make this one quick. We all have seen these trending Stephen He memes that went viral on the internet towards the end of 2022. Here is one of my personal favorites.
I will send you to Jesus.
As you can see here, this moment perfectly portrays the calm, controlled demeanor and the
Yes, hello? This is your 3 p.m. reminder. You still a failure!
of the Asian parent towards the child. Although recently becoming a generally wrong stereotype towards people of Asian culture, specifically Chinese, some of these events unfortunately still happen worldwide. Unfortunately, in most scenarios, a weapon is involved. This weapon could in reality be anything that the parent wishes. However, the most iconic weapon of them all has to be the slipper. In today's video, we are going to demonstrate Newton's three laws using this iconic image of Asian culture. And what better way to do that than to do a skit, just like how Stephen He does his videos. So, without further ado, here it is.
Oh, hey, Merson, take a look. I found these in the house. Give them a try.
Oh, wow. What are these? Seem cool, but like, what is like the usage of?
Stupid. Your father, you know, was the great.
Oh, you know that? It's just, that was like a very small mistake. Aerodynamics
yeah.
of today, you know, like the gust of wind
like a
fly by.
small, yeah,
The
totally.
birds heading south,
like
you know.
aerodynamics,
Newton's
all
three
of that.
laws
Yeah.
not applying to this region, you know. It's just a, just a
absolutely.
very
Yeah.
small mistake. Yeah,
Dynamics,
just
got
very
all of
small
that.
mistake.
Yeah, just like how I got a 2 in math last week.
What the hell you say? You tell me you get the 2 in math, you don't know the 2 stands for the failure. I whoop your ass into Sir Isaac Newton. What's up? Who the hell didn't do their physics video yet?
Alright, hope you all enjoyed the skit just now. However, I did say that this was going to connect to Newton's laws of motion, right? Well, for that, let's take a look at this scene, where Merson first catches the nunchucks that his dad throws at him.
Oh, wow. What are these? Seem cool, but like, what is like the usage of?
We will use this scene to demonstrate Newton's second law here. As Merson is spinning the nunchucks in his hand, he needs to apply a certain amount of force to the nunchucks in order to get them to accelerate at a certain rate. And the way that someone would calculate the amount of force needed would be to use the equation outlined in Newton's second law, which is force equals mass times acceleration. To demonstrate Newton's other two laws, let's take a look at Merson getting sent to Jesus from an alternate camera angle.
I whoop your ass into Sir Isaac Newton! What's up?
As we can see here, when the slipper made contact with Merson's body, the top half of his body was impacted by the blow, while the bottom half stayed where they were. This demonstrates how the bottom half of Merson's body had a tendency to stay where they were until they were forced to move by the act of Merson, who had just witnessed the full force of
I will send you to Jesus.
collapsing to the ground, proving Newton's first law. Another thing that you may have noticed was that when the slipper made contact with Merson's body, Merson was knocked backwards, but the slipper also bounced off of Merson's body and fell in front of him. This demonstrates the fact that Merson's body actually applied a force to the slipper at the same time it applied a force to Merson's body, causing them to travel in opposite directions, thus successfully proving Newton's third law. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If any part of Newton's law is still confusing after today's demonstrations, feel free to rewind this video and watch it again. As always, like and subscribe. Now go enjoy your life. I'll see you in the next one.